Why hello everybody, welcome to another Warframe video where today we're going to revisit one of the OG area of effect weapons, the Penta. Now we actually have three Pentas nowadays. We have the standard Penta, which you get from the market, and this is the weapon that was used way back in the day to farm stuff. Then there's the Carmine Penta. You can farm this one in Railjack, and this one is a little bit better than the standard one. It has double the ammo maximum, much faster fire rate, and double the magazine. And finally we have the Secura Penta. This is a syndicate weapon that you can get from the pairing sequence, and it's straight up the best Penta. It has bigger ammo maximum, faster fire rate, bigger magazine, much higher crit and status chance, and while it does do slightly less damage with the explosion, the fall off and explosion radius are better. Now Pentas are probably the most customizable weapons in the entire game. You can use the vanilla Penta where you have bouncing grenades that you detonate with a secondary fire button. You can have up to 3 of these grenades up at any given time. You can make the grenades stick to anything they hit by adding adhesive blast to the weapon. You can make it tether up to 5 enemies to your grenades by using tether grenades. This also makes the grenades stick to anything they hit. Or, and this is the best one by a long shot, you can make the grenades explode on impact and leave behind a patch of napalm with napalm grenades. This also gives the weapon extra 30% status chance that's not moddable, so whatever your status chance is, it's gonna be 30% higher once you put these on. Plus, it changes the weapon's base damage into pure heat. The damage conversion is actually the best part of the mod, because by default the explosions deal blast damage, which is considerably worse than pure heat. Also, for some reason, when you put this on the Secura Penta, you get 25 extra base damage on the explosion, so you do 325 instead of 300. Like, whoever made this mod card did a really bad job, because the best part of the mod is not on the card. Now, the reason I consider the Penta to be the OG area of effect farming weapon is because it was used by Vaubands to solo farm derelict defense. The first thing that pops into my head when someone mentions the Penta is a Vauban nested high up in the derelict, laying down grenades on a defense objective that has a Bastille rotating around it. Though it was pretty good for farming other stuff as well, like survival in the void. If you were camping in one of the pipes, the Penta was pretty damn good. You just have to be a little bit careful and not bounce the grenades back to you, because back in those days, if you got hit by one of your grenades, you were DEAD dead. And I think that's enough blabbering, so let's see if the Penta, more specifically the Secura Penta, still holds up. So the build is pretty straightforward. We have primary merciless for the damage and reload speed, then galvanized chamber for multi-shot, galvanized aptitude for status, though to be entirely honest with you, if I wasn't too lazy to reformat, I'd be running primed firestorm in there instead for a bigger boom. Following that, we have Watch Sense for crit damage, critical delay for crit chance, then hunter munitions for slash procs on crits. This isn't ideal on weapons that don't have at least 100% crit chance, because you have a 78% chance to have a 30% chance to proc slash, but it's still way too good to not run it. Then we have napalm grenades for all the goodness that I've explained earlier, rhyme rounds and malignant force for viral, and we top it off with vigilante supplies for some ammo mutation. For our simulacrum showcase, we once again are in steel path at level 150, and we have 10 butchers to stack merciless, and then 5 gunners and 5 bombards to show the damage. And it's actually pretty good. It has a really nice combination of enough upfront damage to one-shot the smaller enemies, but it also scales well enough through the viral slash and heat procs to take care of the bigger enemies fairly fast as well. It actually does enough damage to where you don't have ammo issues in steel path, which for an explosive weapon is kind of rare. Now this isn't because it necessarily does more damage than the other explosive weapons, but rather because it has an ammo pickup of 5, which for an explosive weapon is pretty high. Most of the really big explosive weapons, like the Kuva Brahma for example, only have an ammo pickup of 1, so you get 1 ammo per ammo box. Even the Tonkor, which I consider to be pretty good with its ammo, only has an ammo pickup of 3. So unless you do some endless stuff where the enemy levels grow over time, the Secura Penta actually feels pretty good. Plus, since it's a syndicate weapon, it comes with its own syndicate effect, in this case the sequence, which once you gather enough affinity will cause a 25-meter explosion that does 1000 radiation damage with a guaranteed radiation effect on all enemies hit, while also restoring 25% of your maximum shields and boosting your base shields by 50% for 30 seconds. So yeah, as I've said already, it feels pretty good. Now it's not top of the line. I wouldn't place it higher than something like the Tonkor, the Kuva Tonkor to be more specific, but I honestly would rather take this than something like the Kuva Brahma, because at least with this, I know I have enough ammo to finish a mission. So as far as I'm concerned, the Secura Penta still holds up. It feels fine in steel path, though some of the beefier enemies like gunners and bombards, the heavily armored guys, might take a few grenades to go down, but that's okay. Just don't expect it to take you to level cap, because it most certainly won't. And that is pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much much for watching. As always guys, if there are any other weapons you would like me to revisit in one of these videos, let me know in the comment section down below. Then I would like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, and if you would like to become a channel member as well, by the way, you can check out the memberships and stuff down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.